This is big breaking emergency news. We are seeing major outages in multiple different states right now, and law enforcement and city and county officials are issuing warnings. This is affecting people's cell phones. We're seeing major outages of people's cell phone communications, and we are also seeing outages even affect airports. All right, this is affecting airport systems, airport internet, and other systems at the airport are being affected and taken offline from this emergency situation that's happening right now in multiple different states. So let's get into the details here really quick. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated, and it helps to get these warnings out so people know what's going on in their areas. People are looking what's going on, why is this happening, and they can get some answers here. All right, at least try to give them some answers. So you can see, all right, this is what's happening around the country right now. We are seeing outages of 911 services. All right, we're seeing entire phone service providers having 911 outages in Missouri right now. All right, and we are also seeing in Wichita, we are seeing citywide outages as well that are affecting the airport. All right, we're having systems go offline at the Eisenhower International Airport that is in Wichita. All right, so all these things are happening at the same time. We're also getting warnings from sheriffs in South Carolina that there are citywide and countywide outages happening there. So once again, we're seeing all these systems being attacked and hit at the same time, and it's not a coincidence. All right, they're doing dry runs. They're getting into all these systems, the back door, seeing what they have access to, and then once they get in, they normally get more information as well. They get more passwords, more access, backdoor access into other things. All right, so this is big. It says here that according to a release, arrival and departure screens at Eisenhower National Airport are not working, but flights continue to operate normally. And says there is no public Wi-Fi in the airport terminal as well. All right, so it's shut down Wi-Fi, certain internet services, and also arrival and departure screens in a airport. All right, a major airport inside the U.S. All right, so this is big. This is also affecting citywide. They are not having access to people's bills and water systems and electric bills. All right, a lot of these things are being affected inside the city of Wichita as well. People cannot pay their water bill, and they're potentially having their water shut off because they can't get into these systems, and officials said they're working on it. All right, so this seems like another attack, and this happened actually a week or two ago. The cables were cut. Somebody cut the cables going to Sacramento Airport, and there was internet outages there causing disruptions there. All right, and it was a AT&T cable, and it was causing outages in the area as well. So something's going on. This is not a coincidence. All right, we also have 911 services across the listening area affected by a bright speed outage. All right, this is in Missouri right now. It says 911, and this is actually not far from Wichita. All right, this is in Howell County, Missouri, and this is not far from Wichita. Maybe 4 hours. I was checking on the map. It's not far, right? I didn't map exactly how far, but I saw the two towns on the map, and it's maybe 4 hours away. So seems like this region is being hit right now. Something's going on. People are reporting phone outages and 911 outages like we saw before in Ozark County and Howell County, right? And last time we saw this was potentially some kind of attack on the phone service coding system, right? There's different calls are coded different ways and received different ways from the cell tower, have different priority, and receive and transmit different information, right? Different types of calling codes, and potentially the 911 calling system for certain carriers was potentially blocked, right? We saw that with AT&T. This was happening in multiple different states just 2 weeks ago. And now this is currently happening in Howell County and Ozark County, Missouri, right? And it says the director of Howell County 911, Nate Franks, stated that this outage is affecting cellular devices, right? And he said possibly other counties are being affected as well. He said this means that while the outage is in effect, individuals who need emergency responses will have to dial emergency dispatch offices in their specific county rather than simply dialing 911. So if you are in these areas, do not dial directly 911. You need to be calling the local offices. That's what authorities are saying right now, right? So this is happening, and this is potentially a coordinated attack on U.S. critical infrastructure. All right, we also have Kansas courts right now. Cyber attack impacts 150,000 people that are in the court system, and they're saying that filings, everything, right? Even if you're not under a case or anything like that, people are always using the court systems to get approvals for different projects, things like that. It's affecting at least 150,000 cases and requests right now in Kansas, and they are turning people away, and they are telling people not even to show up for court right now in Kansas, right? Because this cyber attack is impacting the courts, right? So Kansas is getting hit hard right now. Statewide cyber attack on the courts, and then Wichita, Kansas is having a citywide attack on their services. Police are having disruptions there. Airports are having disruptions, all this stuff, okay? And we are also seeing this in South Carolina, right? So Robeson County, South Carolina is also under a major cyber attack, and the sheriff Wilkins from this county has issued a statement on this cyber attack. This is what he said: at the request of state and federal officials and for legal reasons, I can't say a lot regarding the recent cyber attacks our agency experienced 3 weeks ago, as the investigation is continuing and it will be monitored closely. And he said also that business, law enforcement, and personal computers have been, quote, attacked in recent days, months, and years in the surrounding counties as well. All right, so this is big. He stated that cyber attacks occur, quote, every 39 seconds, according to the North Carolina Department of Information Technology. Right? Sorry if I said South Carolina. I meant to say this is in North Carolina. This is outside of Fayetteville, right? That's where this is happening right now. Sorry if I said South Carolina before. This is in North Carolina, kind of near Fayetteville, Robeson County. And he also said that local residents are reporting suspicious things as well. It says that the sheriff's office has received reports, quote, over the last 2 days, indicating that local residents had their own computers compromised because of a link that was shared to access a web browser that would eventually lead to some of our stolen data from our servers. All right, so he's saying that even civilians are being, local residents are getting tied up into this. All right, so this is serious. And he's saying that when you click on these links, then it's potentially the same actors are potentially getting access to your computer as well. All right, so that's what they're warning of. Multiple different states are getting hit right now, right? North Carolina, right? We have Kansas and Missouri all having these emergencies. And just 2 weeks ago, these outages were happening as well. Cables were being cut all over the country. So we could see a similar event going on here where cables are being cut. But it seems like there are actually cyber attacks happening. But it could be both as well. It seems like they are doing dry runs and coordinating these events multiple places in a row to overwhelm the system. Right? And this is exactly what they would do preemptively before an even bigger event, like a physical event, a kinetic attack on the United States, either through conventional warfare or through some kind of terror attack on the U.S. This is potentially what would happen in coordination, is that these critical emergency services, and I've been saying this for years now, and it's becoming more obvious because it's happening all the time. But this is what would happen beforehand, is that these 911 and critical services would go offline before one of these events. So the police cannot respond. You can't even call 911. Think about it. Think about how big of a risk that is during a real emergency where people cannot even contact the authorities to tell them that they're injured or they need help. And then when you put this in coordination with all of the healthcare providers, Change Healthcare, all of these different payment processors for healthcare have been getting hit by cyber attacks as well. And it has been shutting down or bringing certain practices to the brink of shutting down because they have had their payments tied up for months and they cannot get their money, and they've been funding it out of pocket, dealing with this Change Healthcare cyber attack, right? And we also see this happen where emergency rooms are shut down. All of their technology and all of their equipment is shut down, and they're not able to use it because it's all connected to the internet. It's all connected to clouds and internet databases, and they need an internet connection to connect to these things and run their equipment. That's how a lot of things are these days in the medical field. And it's a good thing and a bad thing. But the bad thing is that when these systems are attacked, then our emergency services go offline as well. And this has been happening dozens and dozens of times just over the past year, where ER emergency rooms have to shut down and divert their ambulances to a different hospital because of a major cyber attack, shutting down their critical infrastructure. All right, so please hit it up for me down there, guys. I appreciate that. It helps to get these warnings out to you so people know what's going on. They're warning people. Call your local, call the office, all right, in Howell and Ozark County, Missouri, all right, and Wichita, Kansas. They're warning people to be careful, all right? Your water might get shut off. You might have to come to the office and pay in cash. That's what they were telling people. And they're also saying some of these emergency services are being affected too. So another reason to have some cash. Definitely critical. have gas, have cash, and have a generator, have some water, have canned food, have some rice. All right, these are the critical things you need when it hits the fan. All right, so thank you guys. I hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.